Well, that sucks. Hello, and welcome to my humble abode. This is where I have been moving all of my junk in here, as you can tell. All of these totes here, literally all of them except for these ugly 2 ones, are XV. I am a collector, and I do have a problem. That is another project. Poor old MXV. It will go together one of these days, probably not in here, but the engine literally is in that top section there. So this will go together. Don't you worry, and you will see it, eventually. You got the rims there, Supermoto rims and everything. But there is a couple of parts on there that I need to, let's say, remanufacture. And that's the problem with Aprilia. I now live in a 12 by 24 shack. You can call me Bubbles. That's a fine looking kitty right there, isn't it? 'Tis. But it's big enough for me. I've got, I don't know if they have quite enough room, but we're not going to be in here forever. Got a sink, got a mini fridge, got treadmill, everything I need basically. This just drains into a little bucket. So this is the subject of the video. I bought this thing, and yes, like, I have something that I can now bring to the channel, because I don't want to make the channel about my life. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to do it on a separate channel or something. But this is a Kawasaki DRZ. That's exactly what it is. Kawasaki's, I think they made these from 03 to 05 or 04. I think it was mainly 03 and 04. Kind of like the old 636. They basically they literally just rebranded DRZs. Even the frame says Suzuki on it. So it's kind of cool still though, because, obviously Kawasaki, but it's a Suzuki. I don't know. It seems kind of cool to me, but the main reason that I bought this was because Aprilias, when they're running, and trust me, like, you can make an Aprilia reliable, but they get about maybe 25 to 35 miles to the gallon, and that's on premium. The price of gas right now, guys, no thank you. So we got this puppy. She runs on 87 octane, and we're gonna get, hopefully, I just bought it, so I don't really know, but we're gonna get, hopefully, 50 to 60 miles to the gallon. I don't know what that translates to in liters per 100 kilometers. So yes, this is going to be the focus of a build series. She's in pretty good shape, guys. The previous owner probably laid it down at some point. There's a small dent there. These are new plastics. Only these green parts are not new. However, he did have brand new plastics for there, which he has over here. Brand new decals for it. A box full of parts. There's the old number plates. And he's even got the Supermoto wheels, and he also, now they're not in here, but he's also got, this is actually the dirt swing arm, so this is the S model swing arm, basically. That's what came on this bike. He's got the Supermoto rear shock. He's got a whole nother carburetor for it. New brake discs. Well, I don't know if these are necessarily new, but just a bunch of spare parts. And he's also got, so this is the well, I don't know about upgraded, but it's the inverted forks from the SM model. However, he's also given me the regular forks from the S model as well. I actually changed these tires back to the dirt wheels simply to get it safety checked. Just because these tires, I don't know, they haven't got a whole lot of tread on them. But, I mean, it's enough that I would run them a couple of 100 kilometers, but I don't know if they'd pass a safety. So that's why I just slapped those puppies on there. So we're going to be changing those back into Supermoto trim tonight, among a couple of other things. Now, I've got a lot of parts on the way here, and we're going to hopefully get all of those parts bolted on here in this little video series. He's wired a battery charger right to the battery. This is some Chinese carb, but it's basically exact replica of the standard Mikuni carb. I believe that's the standard carb that comes on these. But it's actually brand spanking new. He just changed it because the other one had I don't know, it was gummed up, so he literally just bought a new one rather than rebuild it. But he's got case savers already on it, and that's pretty cool. Another shift lever, however, JFG Racing, so that's an Amazon Chineseium brand. We have not yet deleted the kickstand thing, but I've got new pegs on the way. Maybe in the future, though, guys, I might be looking at fuel injections, a little bit of tuning. You can maybe make fuel injection work. I've got another tank on the way, a big Safari tank, actually 28 liters. So we'll be able to take this puppy on road trips. I won't tell you all the mods that I've got for it quite yet. Hopefully you can see, like right here, see how that probably wouldn't pass a safety. That's just kind of, I mean, I would run it to the belt. Dang it. Oh yeah, stock exhaust. So pretty much everything is stock on this bike, by the way. But I might be changing that, and just stay tuned because I think you're gonna have something to be surprised about in regards to the exhaust. So yeah, don't worry, like I'm not getting rid of my Aprilias or anything. You, sir, do not have to worry about such a thing at all. However, you will, of course, be seeing more Kawasaki DRZ. It's actually a KLX400R, I believe. I think it is the R model because that's what the VIN shows up as. However, it is street legal here. That is the one disadvantage of living in a tiny home, is the fact that it's tiny. Yeah, I don't know why Suzuki has two different styles of swing arm for these bikes. They got the Supermoto and the S model. Apparently one is tapered and the other isn't. That's how you do it. You just use your hand. See, you just use your hand as a hammer, and don't worry about any kind of arthritis that may develop because of that. You'll be fine. Funny thing, you can actually still like use literally the same spacers. I don't like greasy chains. It attracts dirt. No, you gotta grease your chain because blah blah blah, it'll rust. That's an O-ring chain. It won't seize up. Whoever did the conversion was just as cheap as me. They decided not to buy another brake disc. So I'm gonna have to actually change these. It's actually convenient on the front because then you don't have to replace the bracket. And you know what's strange? For some odd reason, Suzuki decided, well, we'll make the hubs the same. You know, they'll be the same width. They'll have the same lace pattern. They'll have even the same size and shape. But the size of the bolts, no, we're going to make those bigger. Oh, you don't realize just how heavy these bloody wheels are until you pick them up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my torque measurement. 3 wrench pounds. There's uno. And there's dos. Bloody worthless cotter pins. And of course, that's just going to catch your pant leg as you go by, eh? So you got to make sure you stick it out far as you can. I think that's pretty good. What do you think? The DRZ has this odd speedo cable that this does not like to be twisted. Ooh. Out. That's not quite sitting on there very healthy, so we're just going to ignore that. Shit. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I don't like this front stand very much. It's not very stable. Ooh. That's the other problem, is the DRZ is so heavy. Once it goes, it's gone. Alrighty, there we go. That's got it. Just the big old metal box I made in high school, I think. And we got the brake disc on here already. But while we're here, I thought we might as well go ahead and try and get those out. So the guy actually gave me 2 front fenders. This is from like a KX450, I think like a 2008. And then this is from, I think this is like a UFO or a Cycra Supermoto fender. Let's see here. How's that look? Skinnier. It seems to be like a little bit of a darker green. I don't know if that'll show up on camera. This is like a little bit of a brighter green, if anything. Is that hitting? Oh yeah, that's kind of hitting the back there. So I'll have to have that come out. I think we're going to go with the shiny one. So I believe this one actually comes with like a chart. You can map out your holes. Yeah. Kind of like that actually. By the way, yes, I know 1,000 times over. The DRZ is just a fat, ugly pig. It's cheap to insure, it's cheap to run, and most importantly, I don't have to care about it. I think that's by far the most important thing. How much you want to bet that that's not straight? The trial and the tribulation of the Supermoto front fender. I couldn't help it. I had to fix it. It's maybe not 100%, but it's like 98%. I just made those holes a little bit bigger. It seems to be holding there pretty good, actually. But it's not enough that once I forget that I did that, I think I won't notice. So much betterer